All right, good morning, guys. Today we've got quite a few tickers to look at. Some of them look okay, some of them not so great, but we'll see what happens when the market opens here. We've got Rev, which has been running for quite a few days actually. We've been playing this thing since it was just over $1, but we're currently sitting at a high here of 367. Opened up today around a buck 94. Currently sitting up pretty high. That 200 EMA has gotten dragged up quite a bit, really close to that VWAP line. If we can break through that 200 EMA, I think this is going to be something that's pretty playable. We saw MREO looking like it went from about 80 cents today all the way to $1.32. This is definitely something that could also be playable. The thing that I don't like about this is it's so far away from that 200 EMA and price actions like an elastic band for that. So it's more than likely eventually going to come down to that price at some point today. KZIA looking pretty okay here, bouncing between that VWAP and 200 EMA as well. We saw quite a price hike here going from 5.30 all the way up to just about $8. Back around that $6 mark now, so hopefully we can see this thing start to pick up and run again. ADN was a runner from yesterday and maybe even the day before, can't really remember. It's looking okay. It does look like it's breaking down for the day, but we might see a recovery here at some point. So we're just going to keep this open for a while and see if that happens. BLBX, a little bit of spotty price action and spotty volume, but again, this could be one of those stocks that takes off. So we're just going to watch while the market opens. AUVI, same story. And blue's looking okay, still spotty price action and volume, but at least it's sitting up pretty high right now. So maybe we'll see that start to move here with the market open. MREO is looking all right here. It looks like it's probably going to head higher, so I think we're going to try something real quick here. Maybe about a buck 20 if we can. We're going to aim for $1.35 and then $1.20. Now we'll go for $1.18 stop. So we're going to give it a pretty tight stop here, $1.18. We don't want to risk too much. It's probably a pretty risky play. I don't know if we're going to get much out of this, but it's worth jumping in just to see. And if we take a quick stop out, that's fine. We just want to, if you get in higher than $1.20, just make sure you only maybe like do a 2 or 3 cent stop. I mean 4 cent max, something like that. So just keep that in mind. You want a pretty tight stop on that. KZIA is looking all right here. Looks like it might start to go, so that's another thing we'll consider taking pretty quickly here. Just going to cycle through the tickers quickly and see if anything else is moving. Not really. Yeah, MREA or MREO is looking pretty good here. KZIA looks like it could break down from here, so we're just going to give it a second because it is bearish on that MACD currently. But we'll be looking to take a play on that pretty quick here. MREO right next to that entry point. Looking pretty good here, so that looks like the proper entry. So we're going to go MREO. Hopefully we start to see some tails on these and some shorter wicks, so we see some buying pressure coming up. So that should work out okay, hopefully. KZIA is starting its breakdown, so maybe we'll be looking to take a play off that 200 EMA bounce. REV is looking like it's heading down, so we're probably not going to be playing that. We have AERC popping up on the scanner as well, so if something here doesn't really look like it's going to move, we'll probably replace it with that. I've got a couple things here that look not so great, so we'll just keep those in mind. With MREO, if you get up to like that 130 mark again, I would consider taking some profits at that point. I would definitely not want to hold this too long. We're at 126. That's pretty good from 121, 127, just about 128 here, 131, and we're going to start taking profits. Start taking profits, MREO, 131. Risky play, but it looks like it paid off. We're about 10% up, 11%. Looks like we got a pretty high number here. We're hitting 135, which was PT, so we're doing pretty good there. So that's PT on MREO. Definitely take some more profits out at that point. We can leave a runner in now to see if it's going to continue up its way. We can take a KZIA play. Probably about 610. If you can get a little lower, that'd be even great, but I'm not sure you will at this point. We're going to go 610. We're going to aim for 660 with a 590 stop. We're going to give it 20 cents. 590 is pretty tight. It does keep it above or right at that 200 EMA line, which isn't really where we want that stop. We would like it a little bit lower, but depending where you get in, that could change. So if you can get in lower, but it doesn't look like it's going to give you a lower entry point right now. MREO all the way up to 138. You can keep taking profits along the way up if you want to. Rev continues its breakdown. ADN isn't doing much. BLBX might come back here. AUVI sitting low, and BLUE looking okay so far. It's got some pretty wide range candles, 316 to 330. So that would be pretty much a whole trade right there. Yeah, it might be something we can take a play on soon. KZIA went all the way up to 640, back down to 610 mark, 609. If you haven't gotten in, this is probably your opportunity. You could possibly get as low as $6 for an entry. If you do, you can move that stop loss down to 580. If you're already in it, it looks like it might stop at that bottom band here at $6 and start to move back up. So hopefully that's the case. We hit 139 on MREO. Looking good. I'd like to see a little more of that. And then let's see, we've got UTZ popping up, so we're going to replace this one with UTZ. Yeah, that's not looking good. AERC. AERC is looking pretty good here. We've got a decent sized range. Nice red candle there. Huge, going from a high there of $19 all the way down to $17.80. We could probably take a recovery off this. It could be risky. I think we tried this other day and it didn't work out on this stock, so we're gonna go 90, and then we're gonna try for 1950, and then just a 1750 stop. We're just gonna give it, a solid 40 cents. We're not wanting to see this drop very low. If you jumped in quickly, it looks like it's recovered pretty nicely here. AERC. I got in a tiny bit high there. Nothing too bad though. BLEU is looking like it's going to go. KZIA all the way back up to that 640 mark here, looking pretty good. We have MREO looking good as well. It hit that high 139, looking to consolidate a little bit. Rev still heading down. ADN looks like it wants to make a recovery here. We need to see it break this this high here. If it doesn't break this high, it's just going to be a dead cat bounce over range trading. Neither of which I'm really too keen on taking. BLDX continues its recovery. We do need to see that break this 200 EMA before that becomes playable. We did get AERC at a pretty low price here, so we did ride it back up quite a bit. We did hit about $19 on it, but nothing more than that, so we're going to have to keep that going for a little bit here. Hope for the best. KZIA back down again. It looks like we're breaking to a range here. You can start to think about taking profits around that 640 mark. And we have MREO sitting up pretty high right now. Not really wanting to come down, which is good. He did some paper trading, made some good amount. Nice. Good luck, man. KZIA looks like it's moving up. We have ADN here, still making that new high a little bit here, so that's a good sign. We don't want to get rejected off this yet. I'd like to see it get at least to that VWAP or 200 EMA here, and maybe get rejected off that and come down for consolidation. AERC is looking pretty good. I don't normally like to take, those plays where we're taking a recovery play so quickly in the morning, but sometimes it works out. It didn't come out for MREO? Weird. Oh, I didn't type in the ticker. Okay, well, people in live knew, but that sucks. It sucks for everybody else, because that was like the big winning trade there. CDU we could take a look at. I was looking at it earlier. It looks okay. And you took profits on KZIA, so it should shoot up now. Good. Let's see that happen. MREO looking to break a new high here, 141. ADN's looking pretty good. Yeah, big green candle breaking through VWAP. We want to see a retest. We could probably start taking more profits on MREO around that 141, 145. Just leave a little bit left. MREO 140, I don't know, 142-ish. I'd like to get 145 out of it. We'll see if that's doable though. KZAA back down. We did not get that retest. It looks like it broke all the way back down. So we'll see if it retests off the 9 EMA. Or yeah, 9 EMA. Let's see here. AERC not looking great. BLUE is looking pretty good still. I think we might just need to take a play on this. BLUE is what I meant. Blue basically. Blue, we're gonna try to get in around 330. We're gonna aim for 360 with a 3. I'm gonna give it a 315 stop. Normally that's a little bit big of a stop loss, but I want to make sure we give it the room it kind of needs. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna give it that much room. Just make sure wherever you put your stop loss is below this 200 EMA. Try to keep it close to 10 to 15 cents of a stop loss. CDU looks like it could break out here. AERC back up to that $19 mark. We might start to see a break up to that 19.50 here. We could start to take profits at 19.30 right here. Taking profits. AERC 19.30. Looking good there. We have MREO hitting a high there of 144, so just about where we wanted to take those profits, and it's starting to move back down a little bit, probably a little bit of a consolidation here. KZIA did touch that 630 mark. It looks like it's coming back down. We are starting to play in a risky area because we're playing in such a tight range it's not really breaking out, so that's kind of not really the best case scenario here. ADN is looking okay. It did retest, it break through, but it did fail again. So I have a feeling we're starting to come down on this one. So if you're in it, I would be looking more likely to get out. Wait for a nice drop back down to, I don't know, maybe 340 if we see some resistance there, but I doubt it. KZIA looks like it is going to be breaking down. So if you haven't taken any profits, I'd be looking to possibly get out before you're at your stop loss here. It might not happen. You could bounce off that 200 EMA perfectly and start heading back up. That's always an option, but you never really know. MREO still sitting up too high for another re-entry. We have Rev here looking like it might come back. Yeah, it's near the bottom here, so it could bounce, but it also could just continue on its way. So I'm a little sketched out about taking this trade, but we'll wait and see what happens with it. Blue left without you, it's at 370, 376. That is definitely well past our PT. We could start to take profits on blue. Taking some profits. Whoop. Taking some profits on blue at 380. Looks like we're just getting into a halt here too, so keep that in mind. If you manage to pull some profits out, great. If you didn't, make sure you have your stop loss moved up a fair bit so that you can secure at least a little bit of profit. This was another pretty massive trade. AERC hits our PT here, actually goes past it to 1980. And we're going to take some more profits on AERC. Doing pretty good today, I gotta say. Things are just kind of working out. KZIA did not stop out. Looks like it might start moving back up. We're still waiting for MREO to come back down a little bit here. All right, let's see where we're at today. So far, so good at 46%, MREO 19%, ARC for 9, and blue for 14. KZIA is the small winner right now. That could change. We'll have to see about that. Blue's up in a halt, so we're just gonna have to wait on that now, see what happens with that. MREO starting to come down here, which is what we want to see. KZIA hopefully can move back up. Rev kind of starting to struggle here, so this is an interesting point where it'll either break down or break out. We'll have to see about that. MREO coming down to 128 so far. Maybe we'll take a play off 124. Blue still halted. KZIA still struggling to really go anywhere. ADN broke down quite a bit, back down to that 340 level I was talking about. Looks like it did hit some sort of support line here. Starting to move back up a little bit. We could try a quick play on this. I think that if there was ever going to be a stop out today, it's going to be this one. But we're going to try it anyway. 340 entry. We're going to go for that 360 PT. And then a 330. So we're just going to give it 10 cents here. We don't really need a massive amount because it's not ranging a heavy amount either. So we'll see where this takes us. Could lead up into a halt. Who knows? Fingers crossed. AERC sitting up pretty high. We have BLBX dropping down. KZIA still sitting around 610. Blue still halted. MREO looking like it wants to continue coming down, but it's meeting some pretty strong resistance here. Or support, I guess. We have Rev here looking like it wants to break through that resistance line. Starting to fail, though. You didn't get into blue? That sucks. Two of you didn't get in? Yeah. Well, it's worth the risk sometimes, you know. It's the risk reward. If I just thought it was going to stop out, I wouldn't be taking the trade. But I think this is probably the riskier of the trades that we've taken today. So yeah, if there was one that we're taking that's going to stop out that we've taken so far, it's going to be this one. Just because like that support line just really, it's in my mind, it's not really there. So it could come back down on us. But who knows, really? We already hit a couple good trades, so taking that extra risk isn't necessarily the worst thing in the world. But you know what? A lot of people ask me for my risk scale, and I mean, it's all in my verbiage, right? Sometimes you can tell when I'm like, oh yeah, this is going to go up. And you're like, okay, that's definitely going up. And then sometimes I'm like, if there's ever going to be a stop out, it's going to be this one. Yeah. It could go up into a halt. It's ADN. It went crazy yesterday, so no, it didn't. It didn't go crazy yesterday, did it? Well, it went fairly crazy. We'll see. We'll see. It looks like it's doing okay. We did touch that 352 mark. Looks like it is maybe going to get rejected off of it. Probably a good time to start taking some profits on it, even though it's pretty slim from that 340. Rev is still going up. Yeah, it did break through that resistance, so that's good. Hopefully it can use this as support. We'll see on the retest. MREOS looking like it wants to just head back up. Blue still halted. KCIA is back up to that 620 area. ADN's breaking through now. We're up at 355, pretty close to PT here, so we're going to start to take profits on ADN. We got in around 344, something like that. Now we're looking at about 355 to start taking profits, so it's not terrible. It was an okay trade. Again, nothing major. We did open up on blue. Keep that in mind. We hit 392 here. Could continue going up. Pretty bearish looking candle right here, but you never know with these halts. It could, yeah, just do that and keep going up. So we're at 395 now in blue. 399, $4 should be a hard resistance. You got to break that $4 mark. Make sure you secure a little bit more profit here. I don't know about another halt. I mean, it could. That was a weird one. Like, really no way to tell that was going to go into a halt. So, but yeah, definitely start taking profits around that $4 mark. And, you know, at that point, we'll just let it do its thing. If it's going to come back down, let it come back down. Put a stop like 360 or whatever. Secure some profits. KZIA back down, but we did hit a high there, 636. Looks like 636 is actually a very strong resistance line. ADN's back up a little bit here. Blue's down a little bit. We have MREO still bouncing off that 130 line. It hasn't actually, yeah, hasn't actually done a whole lot more since then. I mean, we might be looking to just get in on that 130 area. CDU doesn't look like it's breaking out, but we do have RYTM popping up on the scanner. It has been going up for a majority of the day already. We've got 360 to 470, so not bad. Definitely not bad. Rev continues. It looks like it might get rejected here. We'll have to see. AERC did hit a high there of 1980. Looks like it is coming back down. We've got PEI popping up as well. I'll open up another one. We'll get rid of this. PEI looking like it's kind of okay, I guess. We're going from 528 to 650 back down to that 580 level. Blue looked like it's hitting some pretty strong resistance here. If you haven't exited, I'd be looking to exit. I don't really see too much bullish pressure coming in on this one. I just usually when you get into a halt and then you see this much hesitation, it's going to come down. So what is stop to mo? Got it. Well, it depends on when you got in. If you got in before the halt, you should be fine either way. Because we got in low. Like, what did we get in? 335 ish, all the way up to 380, 390, $4, something like that. We're seeing a little bit of grain here. It could continue going here. Okay, we're getting closer to that entry point on MREO again, where we're looking at about $1.23, $1.24. Ooh, I'd still like to see that before I jump in. I'm a little hesitant to jumping in so high on this. ADN hits that 364 area. That's PT on ADN. Start to take profits here whenever you want. Definitely make sure you secure at least a little bit if you're going to leave something to run. It does look like it's making new highs and holding higher lows, so that's definitely a good sign. That's something we want to see. Blue's still holding up here. That's crazy. MREO getting very close to the entry point, 126. I'm pretty comfortable jumping in here. MREO 126. Yeah, let's try for a 125. Yeah. We're gonna go for a 140 and then a one. What are we gonna do for a stop loss? We'll go for a 5. Give 4-cent stop loss. So 121. Actually, yeah, that's what we'll do. Just leave it at that. If you get in a little lower, just make sure wherever you get in, you leave a 4-cent stop loss. Premise is we're going to bounce off that resistance line, so, and it looks like it's holding true so far. That means our stop loss, if you got it at 120 would be, or 124 would be 120, but we'll put it at 121. Hasty recovery up to 129. Blue looking okay. AERC, yeah, it's doing okay as well. MREO is looking good though. Rev is all the way up at 350. Holy moly. If there was ever a short to take, it'd probably be like now. Blue finally starting to give up some ground here. One second. All right. 128 on MREO. We've got KCIA at 608, ADN at 350, still PEI at 570, ARC see around that 1930 mark. Rev coming back down a little bit here. MREO still struggling to get up higher, but I still want to see that 140 at least. I think we could probably even get more out of it. Yeah. No kidding. RYTM. Yeah, it's looking good. It's hard because this is one of those ones where it's just it's too high right now. It's too high. We haven't seen much of a consolidation. It's just riding that 90 EMA, so it's hard to get in on something like that. Blue's starting to head down. Thanks for the trades. My internet is about to shut off. See ya. Okay, bye. Internet's about to be shut off. Hopefully that means something good and not something bad. Maybe you're getting better internet. Hopefully it's not that you didn't pay your bill or something. We've got MREO coming back down a little bit here. I wouldn't say it's bad. We haven't broken that resistance yet, or support line. So it could go either way. All right, so we're getting really close to that support line. We're going to see if it holds here. Could go for a breakdown. I mean, it did run up pretty high today. Rev at 360, yep, continues on its way all the way up to that final resistance line. If it can break through this, it could see the sky's the limit. Yeah, I think we're going to have to try a rev trade. This is going to be really risky, but we need to get in on it. So maybe if we can get in around 350, we're going to try for like 380 and then a 340, like 335 stop. We're going to give it 15 cents. We need to give this like a fair bit of room. Hopefully, this doesn't come back down on us too hard, but when you see something breaking into a new high territory, you kind of want to be there for that. All right, so we're hitting 124 on MREO. This could be the breakdown. That's a very bearish looking candle. MACD is pointed straight down. We are breaking down a little bit. If you're worried about the stop out, I would be looking to take this as an exit. We'll see. Blue is still holding at this price range, so we will have to see. KZIA all the way back up to that 630 mark. ADN coming back down after hitting 364. PEI not really doing much. Same with AERC and same with RYTM. Looks like MREO still holding for the time being. Rev is up at 360. Looking pretty decent, I guess. $352 on Rev. Not a bad entry. With a 360 stop, not a bad idea. Yeah, 360 seems pretty safe. I would say if it breaks down from this VWAP, definitely time to cut. But yeah, I would definitely have a 360 stop as well. MREO back down to that 125, 124 area. Rev looking like it's sitting around that 355. Maybe it'll make another jump. That's what we're kind of hoping for here. Blue sitting kind of low here at 370. KZIA not doing much. ADN still kind of ranging. We have another opportunity to get in here around this 345 area. I think that's probably about as low as we're going to get. I think this is probably going to start consolidating higher than that 200 EMA. Yep, MREO's back up. You could definitely secure some profits here. I'm jumping into Rev. Was waiting for a good entry here. Looks like I got it. Looks like I could have secured an even better one if I was paying closer attention, but I'll take 342. I'm not going to move that stop. I'm still a pretty firm believer that that stop is probably about as far down as I'd want to go on this. So if it stops me out, that's fine. We'll move on from that. Just wanted to see if we broke a new high here, what could happen, but it doesn't look like it looks like we came real close, but we didn't actually do it. So yeah, definitely not giving this more room for a stop out, that's for sure. MREO back down. Blue looking kind of bearish candles on the 5-minute. On the 1-minute, it's looking okay as well. KZIA is not looking terrible. ADN's, yeah, it's looking okay. I think I want to jump in for, you made a whopping 20 bucks. Nice. Do that again and it pays for a membership. Let's see here. 80 yen. Let's go for a 3. I want to try for a 80 yen 345 entry and hit a 375 PT with a 330 stop loss. So we're going to keep the same stop loss as we had before, but we're going to try to get more out of the price target next time around because we should technically, if this is still bullish, hit a new high. MREO still holding up. Looks like we did make a decent recovery on Rev here. Looks like it could potentially keep going. If we break through this resistance and we get any sort of new high, this could really take off. And the blue breakdown is starting to happen. Yep. Gotta tell me when you're getting out so I can get in. It looks like it might recover. That body's gonna have to, yeah, I was gonna say it's going to be a pretty big green candle to maintain bullishness. MREO is gonna pump, yeah, probably. Blue, that MACD is real close to that zero line, but if it doesn't cross, we could see a pretty healthy bounce. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens there. It's looking good. You know what? That MACD's starting to turn around. I'm with you. I'll jump in on blue again. I'll take another trade on it. 370. I'll go for a 360 stop loss as well. We're going to go for a $4 PT. I just want that 10-cent stop out. Because at this price point, 10 cents is not a big deal. Man, can you believe our stop loss was down here? I don't think it was actually 315, was it? It was. Yeah, we got in at 330. Holy crap. Yeah, that was low. Be a whale. That doesn't benefit me, though. Rev with a massive breakdown. Looks like we got a high of 356 out of it. It's stopping out, so if he didn't take any profits, it is now in the negative. MREO still looking very much like a breakdown here. Very close. So if you haven't taken profits, we did hit 128 a few times. You could have gotten a break even a couple times. It's looking pretty risky. Very close to that stop out. You'd have to have pretty good diamond hands to be still holding this. Yeah, it'll benefit you guys, that's for sure. Nice. Yeah, there's the rev recovery. MREO back up. It keeps giving us opportunities to get out. I'm still holding it, but it got so close to that stop out. We did make a good recovery there on blue, all the way up to 375 or 376, but it is back down to 366. KZIA is not doing a whole lot. ADN also not doing a whole lot. We have PEI not doing anything. AERC is at $20.20 right now. I'm going to keep holding our little runner here for a little bit, maybe 12.50 and cut it. I just want to make sure we get a little bit more out of it before I decide to cut it, because I don't know. No, I haven't. I've been smart enough not to create my own candles. Rev all the way back up to 360. Just touch this out. Look at that. Look at that. Right there. That's it. That's all it took, is that little wick to stop us out. And then it went all the way back up. That's just part of the game, I guess. Can't win them all. We should call that a stop out on Rev. About entering when you stop out. You made it on Rev. That's funny. It happens. Sometimes it happens. The stock will go down and it'll literally just touch my stop and then it'll start to go back up. I feel like sometimes I get stream sniped. Like there's just a big whale sitting there saying, yeah, he's put a stop loss here, so I'm going to sell a bunch of shares and drop it and then buy it back for even cheaper. Yeah, right? Looks like MRAO might make a recovery. This is a very bullish candle so far. I think it's about to close. No, never mind. We'll see on the 1 minute. On the 1 minute, it's looking okay still. Blue rip. Yes, I would say so. That just broke down on the MACD. Not looking great, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. AD ends up pretty decently here from our entry, almost 360. AERC made that push up to 2047, pretty close to 2050. So, I mean, I'm good with taking profits here. Nope, not Ishy, just Ish. Mario might come back here. Looks a lot better on the 5 minute, to be honest. I like the 5 minute scale on this one. Looking very bullish. The 1 minute's okay. It's not doing terrible. Do I play options? Not at all. Never touched them. I always get people saying that I should play options, but it's just a pain in the butt to learn, and there's just so many variables with it. ADN's taking off pretty good here. We did hit that high of 364 again. Looks like it's getting rejected. Yeah, exactly. You got to take what it gives you. MREO's back down. We've got blue sitting at 370. It didn't stop us out. It came very, very close. It looks like it's heading back up now. Rev coming back down a little bit. KZA is not doing a whole lot. ADN's not doing a whole lot. AERC back down to $20. RYTM's not really doing too much other. We have the LRS. Kind of the same thing as RYTM. We've got CO. Yeah, nothing fantastic there. EBIX. Don't like that price range, and it's too tight. Yeah, I think that's basically it. We've got a couple other things we can look at, but MGNX. Yeah, MGNX is doing fine, I guess. And I don't think BLBX is doing anything fantastic either. Nope. Yeah, it is. Yep, that's definitely a good sign. MREO back down. Blue looking like we are getting a little bit of a price jump here. 375. Are we going to go back up into a halt? I highly doubt it. But can we see $4 out of it? I think that's a possibility. We're finally back in profit. Yeah, no worries, man. So mainly just quick in and outs. Yeah, mainly just quick in and outs in the morning. It's momentum scalping, so we don't want to hold positions too long. Just in this market, we've been taking out partials and leaving some runners in just to see if we can squeak out some extra profits. But yeah, for the majority of the trades, they last between 3 to 5 minutes, maybe sometimes even. Sometimes we have like 30-second trades where we jump in and the candle just shoots up and we sell, but he expected blue to be quicker. I expected blue to be quicker too. I thought we were making a recovery right here and it was just going to go up from there, but it looks like we hit an even further dip. But that bottom band is coming up over the stop loss, so that's definitely a good sign. And yeah, it's not looking too bad. MREO looks like it's not doing well on the 1 minute, and on the 5 minute also not great. That bullish candle actually ended up closing bearish, so risky stuff. Risky stuff. Yeah, Rev's looking okay on the 5 minute. I think it's going to have a pullback back down to about 330. If it comes back down to 330, I'll probably consider hitting an entry on that. Blue looks like 383 is topping it out. It's going to come back down at least a little bit. Maybe it'll bounce off VWAP this time. We'll see a new high. We have 350 on ADN. We did see that 364 area. Hopefully you guys took some profits on it. We are still looking for about 375. So we're still waiting on that a little bit. MREO, very, very iffy. This is one of those stocks I expected to move a lot more, especially given the pre-market, but it just hasn't really been moving too much. everybody's still capable of making money. I mean, people panic when the markets are going down, but you can still short the market, right? There's always a way to make money. You just have to be able to adapt to what the market's throwing at you. Sometimes I'm wrong. I've had days where it's just been like super mad. Like there's days where I make almost no money, and there's definitely been things that run just because I'm stuck in my ways on a stock or whatever, or like something runs and I'm like, it needs to come down to this level or that level, or I want to see this and it doesn't do that, so I don't take it. And it could have, meanwhile, it could have made 30, 40, 50% on it. MREO definitely not looking great. I know the second I cut it though, it's going to be an issue. To short, don't you have to go through this whole process and get accepted? No. So you'll open your brokerage, you'll see a little light saying whether it's easy to short, hard to short, or not able to short. If it's hard to short, usually you just get charged extra fees. If it's easy to short, you can borrow it, and then you just pay interest at the end of the day on it. But it's the same thing as buying. It's just reverse. So you sell it before you buy it. Some brokerages have like an actual sell button or a short button, but with IBKR you just sell. I'm sure it's got a short button somewhere on it as well, but you could just sell. 390, we're getting real close to that $4 mark. We hit 392. I'm actually going to start to take profits on it here just to be safe, because I'm going to be really sad if we give this up. Taking some profits on blue here, 395-ish. Probably almost, by the time I finished typing that, almost got to $4 anyway on blue, but you know what? It is what it is. I can't really be mad about that. Looks like it's coming down, but we did actually secure some good profits there, and it was really close to PE or PT. So MRE is looking pretty good here around that 333 area. Also going to take profits there. Taking profits, MREO, 133-ish, something like that. Looking very good. I'm surprised we actually hit as high as we did with that one. I was really expecting that to be a stop out, to be honest, and I'm really glad it wasn't, because that was a lot of time sitting there doing just basically nothing. So MREO is looking good. Blue still holding up pretty high. We did hit that 397 again, so $4 is right around that corner. We just need a little bit more of a push to see it. ADN starting to break down here. So if you didn't take profits at that 364 area, you're back at about break even if you got in at 345. But I would say this looks more like a breakdown at this point. MACD's pretty overextended. We could see a recovery from this point. We hit 4 on blue. We hit 4 on blue. 402 to be exact. ADN's giving us another good opportunity to jump in, and I think I'm actually going to do that again at 345 here. Oop, 345, not 245. We're going to aim for that 365 area and then just a 330 stop again. We're just going to keep the same stock because it's been working this whole time, so it's not too far away. And it's holding up pretty nicely, so hopefully we see a decent recovery off that. We did see 402 on blue there. MREO's back up to $1.32, $1.33. We might see a push higher. I'm still holding a little bit, and my fingers are crossed, but you know what? If it does end up heading back down, that's not something I wouldn't expect to see. On the 5-minute scale, Rev is looking fairly good. It does look like a consolidation. So I would say that Rev is something we probably want to take another chance on. I'm over my salty ways with this. I can jump back in at 350 if I need to. We're going to go for 375. And then a 335 stop, I guess. Well, we got stopped out last time at 335. We'll go for that. If we manage to get a slightly lower entry, I would definitely consider moving that stop loss down a little bit. But if you're jumping in now, I don't think that's going to happen. Looks like we're immediately starting to take off here, so that's good. Definitely good. Rev's looking pretty decent. MREO not breaking a new high yet. Blue came back down, so it's a good thing we took profits. We might get another entry opportunity here at VWAP at 370. Lots of red candles though, so we want to see that start to turn around first. ADN still at that 345 area. Got 15 minutes left. Not looking too bad. MREO looking like it's going to make that new high. We're at 371 or 373 on Rev here. We did, in fact, hit that 375. That is PT. That was one of those like 1.5 minute trades. Maybe not even 1.5 minutes. I think that was honestly less than a minute. We are breaking a new high, so I'm going to be taking some profits and leaving a runner. All right, so that ended up being a pretty decent trade on Rev. Definitely was risky, but it worked out. MREO is looking pretty decent here. It looks like it wants to continue moving out. Those are very bullish looking candles. So we're probably going to make a little bit more money off this. Coffee time. 3 for 3, 2.83% on the account. That's all you need, my man. That's all you need. You're doing really well with keeping it consistent. Yep, Rev hit PT. We're actually past PT by quite a bit now. We're at 388. We might hit 390. If we hit like 390, I'd definitely consider taking more profits. What is ES doing? ES is continuing its nasty drop. You know what? Actually, today it's recovered a little bit, but yeah, it doesn't look great. Hopefully, by the time the hour's up and I switch over to futures, we'll be down here and I can just go long on it. That would be ideal. All right, Rev. Let's see that 390 mark. Come on. 388. That's 390 right there. We're gonna start taking more profits here. Make more profits on Rev. Will you be staying with this Discord? Marlo, I'm not actually sure what Discord you're from. I'm in probably 25 to 30 Discords. So my alert for the YouTube live just gets sent out to all of them. But most likely yes, unless something happens, I'll be staying with that Discord. I don't see why I wouldn't. Jacko, I've started doing some YouTube live because we wanted to do some live trading. It's got a delay on it, so it's not as good as the Discord live, but yeah, so people that are, in other Discords can see some of the live trading that we do as well, and not just the replays. The delay isn't too bad on it. It's still doable. It's still faster than the alerts in other Discords, but the delay still kind of annoys me a little bit. I don't know why it can't be instant, especially with ultra low latency. Like I've got gigabit internet and it's just not still not instant for some reason. Like Discord is like at least 8 seconds ahead. Maybe it's even 10 seconds. All right, so ADN's looking decent. MREO looks like it's broken down a little bit. Rev did hit that 390 mark. We did take some extra profits on it. Looking good. We have a little bit left in Rev. I don't know what to expect out of that. We could see $4 pretty easily, but we could also see back to $3 pretty easily. So, yeah, could go either way. Blue looks like it's going to make another bounce off this VWAP line, so we're going to go ahead and jump back in blue. That's 380. We're going to go for $4, and then a 3... Let's give it a 370 stop. KZIA all the way back up. Actually, that was a really, really weird candle going from 550 all the way to 580. Possibly, but I'm not really. I don't really like to play things that are below the 200 EMA too much. So I'd like to see it break back above CMRA. We could take a look at. Yeah. CMRA looks like it was going from very spotty price action and no volume to lots of volume. So typically with things like this, it'll go back to no volume. So we'll have to see about that. CMRA continues its run here. It could be you could jump in. It might be a little risky though. I mean, half the stuff we've been doing today is pretty risky, so I mean, go for it, I guess. I would keep your stop loss fairly tight though. Like if you're jumping in somewhere on this candle, I'd be putting stop loss at like 425. You could probably afford about a 20-cent stop on it. Might be a little too much. Maybe like I'd be more comfortable with 15%. Why did I start to trade? Well, every career option I was looking into didn't pay me enough. I was originally in school to be a psychologist and a criminology major, philosophy major. I did my pre-med. I was going to be an anesthesiologist, and I was like, and then someone mentioned the stock market, and I started looking at it, and it was really interesting. And then I was starting to like look at people who were day trading, um, and that was really interesting. And then I tried it for myself, and it was fun. So yeah, lots and lots of debt, definitely. Yeah, that was because I'm actually going to make a YouTube video on it probably this week or next week. But the things that I wish I knew when I started trading versus what I know now, there's just so many things that could have helped me along the way and made stuff a lot easier. Almost swore there. Yeah, FOMO's a big one. Realizing that I don't have to trade all day long. I used to do that and like give away my profits that I would make in the morning. I'd play in the afternoon and give it back, stuff like that. Or the fact that like for the longest time I didn't think I needed a mentor. And men, like once you get one, it helps you so much because they have all the experience and like yeah, you may know what you're doing, but there's still so many little mistakes that you can make. And those little mistakes they may seem dumb and they may seem small, but they make such a big difference in your P&L and your win ratio. Exactly. Exactly. You want to learn from other people's mistakes. We're almost at $4 on Rev here. Yeah, it is breaking bearish on MACD. Yeah, for sure, man. Yep, it's just Rakes to Riches Trading. That's the YouTube. There's always room for growth. Yep. You're so glad you found me through Discord and not TikTok? Why? What's wrong with TikTok? I mean, like I can't even do TikTok, man. I tried. It's a pain in the butt to make these like 10-second videos. I can't cram information into a 10-second video. Wiz does it a little bit for me. He like posts the games and stuff, and I mean he gets a lot of attention for it, but I suck at it. Most of the TikTokers just talk. Yeah, I do a lot of talking. That's basically all I do is talk. I just talk about numbers. Ah man, ADN's really not going anywhere. We're like 3 cents up, and it's been like 10 minutes. Rev did hit 395 there, back down a little bit. What is my comment on this YouTube channel? Live trading by Trader TV Live. Never seen it. I mean, maybe I've seen it. I scroll through YouTube every now and then, but I haven't actually, I don't recognize the name. So I'll have to go back and look at it later. Oh, they make money from selling the program? Yeah. Ah, we're suckers for pain, Jackal. That's why we like these slow trades. They keep us in check and make sure that we want to keep doing the fast-paced momentum trading. because when you get stuck in something like blue and it takes you 15 minutes and it doesn't move anywhere, it really makes you resent slow moving stocks. Only why they make the trade. I don't really say how much I earn or lose. I have that recap at the end of the day showing, but that's just for the account challenges, and I honestly don't even do it for the money. I just do it so people can see that you don't need a lot of money to start day trading and you don't need a lot of money to make money. And I think that was the biggest thing that I didn't learn when I was young in day trading is I thought I needed a lot of money to make money day trading, and it's really not the case. Blue's back up to 380. Rev with a nice drop. If you're still holding on to shares, I would definitely cut it. Yeah, definitely way too much info for a 10-second video. I agree. Well, I think TikTok actually made so you can do up to a 5-minute video, but the thing with TikTok is like I know when I'm on TikTok and I'm scrolling, if a video takes more than like 30 seconds, it's got to be really, really engaging, or I'm just scrolling past it anyway. So I don't want to make videos on TikTok because the content I create is just, it's strictly information. And if you're not a day trader, you're not going to find it entertaining at all. So, I mean, it's a very slim group of people that would be actually interested in it, and unless you hit the right algorithm and you get to that group of people, it's not going to go anywhere. And then the way that Wiz does it, where he just flashes my gains, like that time he posted a video of me making $500 and turning $500 into $3 million in a month. That was great, but kind of grabbed the wrong attention. But I mean, he got quite a bit of attention from it. Nice, nice, good trade. Yeah, blue's looking okay. MREO's looking fine as well. Rev did make a little bit of a recovery here. ADN's not looking terrible, but I think it's getting close. We got about 4 or 5 minutes till we start closing everything down. So hopefully some of the stuff starts moving. Yeah, I was just looking at ARC. It does look pretty decent. Yeah, we're at a pretty strong resistance though. Once we pass this, like you're gonna get resistance at 2150, then 2180, and then you're probably gonna get resistance at 22. Am I still in blue? Yeah, I'm still in blue for the time being. I have a little bit left in it. Oh no, never mind. I have a whole trade open in it. What am I talking about? I still have a little bit left on that runner, but I still have a full open trade in it as well. Sometimes I forget what trades I'm even in, and that's it's always good to have that close position button that just closes everything, because yeah, it definitely helps to have a nice amount to work with, but at the same time, by the point where you can be a profitable day trader, it doesn't matter if you have $500 or $500,000. You can turn that money into basically whatever you want. And if you're not at that point where you're a profitable day trader, it's actually a bad thing to have $500,000 because you're just going to lose it anyway. So it's better to have a small amount of money and be able to turn that into a big amount than have a big amount and be able to turn that into a small amount. All right, I'm ready. I'm ready, Jackal. Exit your position so I can see this hit $4 and take profits. I think $4 was the price target. And I do like the ability to engage with everyone. And at some points in the bull market, it was getting a bit crazy. I get in a bull market, I get like 100 DMs a day. I get like 15 emails. I get people talking to me during live. So it's like an all day affair answering people, but I don't mind. What I don't like is when it's just so many people that I can't even get back to everybody. Just because like I find it's rude if somebody talks to you and you don't engage back with them at least a little bit. So I try not to, like, I wouldn't mind being a little bigger, but at the same time, I'm in a pretty comfortable spot. I'm not looking to get a bigger audience. Also, because the more people you have following you, the more likely you are to start pumping stocks accidentally. And I don't want to do that either. Like I already have to avoid really low float stocks because or low volume stocks because I don't want to. I got to say thank you, Jackal. I think you took your profits there because we're definitely just going up now. There's 397. We're almost at $4. But yeah, I have to avoid the low float stocks because yeah, I don't want to accidentally pump if I get too many people to jump into it at the same time. All right, so we're at 399. That's basically $4. Definitely good to take profits here. Oh, that's PT. All right, I'll just write a different message then. PT Blue taking profits as we are out of time. I'll happily take $4 for that trade. Not a huge win, but you know what? It's still half decent. It is about to make a new high. I got that feeling. It's looking good. Volume is very consistent. Everything's looking good. I'm out of time, so I have to start closing things down. Rev is just a runner. MREO is just a runner. ADN, we're just going to close down for a break even or slight profits. And we are out of open positions. Can Rev go up from here? I would say so. Oops. Yeah, I would say so. On a 1 minute scale, it looks okay. On a 5 minute scale, it's looking pretty good. Like, that's a pretty consistent pattern on a 5 minute. So I do think it's going to probably break a new high here. Probably hit that $4 mark. Yeah, expect a real halt. Yeah, definitely. I'd like to see blue really take off here, but I don't know if that's going to happen. Anyways, guys, that's all the time we have for today. Master's students, I think our meeting is today. Is it? Last one was on the 10th. What day was the 10th? The 10th was a Friday. Okay, no, so tomorrow's our meeting. So I'll meet up with you guys tomorrow, last hour of market. Well, I'm not in it either, so it make me sad too, but we'll be sad together. Yeah, no worries, man. Hopefully you guys made some money today. I'll just quickly go over what we did make for money before I hop off here. What we did percentage-wise. Money board, we're up $14,000 today. That's 38K starting. Oh, not high enough there. Starting with a $500 amount. So, you know, we're doing pretty good there. We're definitely on track. We're probably going to hit that 50K or not tomorrow because today's Friday, but Monday then. Average win rate of 74.8%. So our win rate went up. So looking good there as well. Trade summary for today. We're up exactly 100%. Do we have no losing trades? I think we had one that was supposed to be losing, but I cut it just before we went for a loss. What was that one? That was an ADN trade, wasn't it? I don't know. I think that was a ADN. Markets closed on Monday. That's good to know. I actually forgot about that. Rev stopped me out. Did it? I think I ended up taking profits on Rev. Anyways, I'll check it out. But either way, our win rate's pretty good today. We might have had one loss that got logged as a win somehow, but I don't think so. I'll go back on the log and check it out. But yeah, hopefully I made some money today. Looking pretty good. Account challenge is almost done at this point. I think maybe one more day we'll be at that 50K mark. Maybe we'll get to 100K by the end of the month. Who knows? But yeah, hopefully I'll make some money, and I will see you guys on Tuesday. Take care, guys. $4% gain, still nice $400. Yeah, yeah, exactly. No, I'm out of everything now. For you guys still on YouTube. So all positions are closed. At the end of the hour, we usually just close all the positions and we're basically done trading for the day. I switch over to futures and do like 20 minutes of futures trading just to get my accounts up. And that's really it. So yeah, thanks for joining, guys. Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you want tips and tricks or want to see the live when we pop up on live here. If you want a live that isn't delayed, you can always check out Rags to Riches. There's a link in the YouTube here in the bios, I think, something like that. But yeah, thanks for joining, guys, and I will see you guys next week.